oral communication in context with a tutor tandem, Nova Dolor B. Pilayo from SDO Bago City and Alvin R. Lim from SDO Pampanga. 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world with a tutor tandem, Florence De Vera from SDO Angeles City and Jocelyn C. from SDO Quezon City. Creative writing with a tutor tandem, Kit A. Nadaro from SDO Tarlac Province and Jericel E. Corpus from SDO Isabela. And reading and writing skills with a tutor tandem, Jason A. Lechido, SDO Tagum, and Zen Margendive, SDO Agusan del Sur. Our senior high school tutors are high-caliber teachers from different divisions with one goal, ang maitulay ang pagkatuto sa gitna ng pandemya.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
The success of any speech does not only depend on a well-written speech, but also on effective speech delivery.
And to make this possible, make sure you get your message across to the audience by using the best channel, and that is yourself. Oh, hello there, it's Tuesday.
It's oral communication in context.
I am Tutor Alvin.
And I am Tutor Nova.
And we are your tutor tandem
for ETUlay Live. Sir Alvin, Happy New Year! How have you been?
Yes, Ma'am Nova, Happy New Year. So, it's been 3 weeks, I think, or a month since our last meeting.
Since our last tandem. So I am so glad to see you and to be with you for 2022, Sir Alvin. 2 more collaborations with you here in ETUlay. And of course, Sir Alvin, we should not forget to mention our oral amazing students and our dear viewers who are with us in our live session today. So they can feel free
thank you very much for continuously supporting, participating in our session since 2021 and up to this year. Our first episode for this year 2022. So we're glad to still be with you, and we're still happy to serve you, to let you know the amazing world of oral communication.
Woohoo! That's right. So they can feel free to let us know they're joining us and what part of the world or what part of the Philippines they're currently from. So they can put their names and what school they come from in our comment section. They can feel free to engage in our comment section, Sir Alvin, and we would love to acknowledge all of them for today.
Yeah, that's right. So so let's have or read first some comments here. Of course, from your school, from CBSAA, SHS, they're very active, or mas naging active pa sila ngayong 2022. Hashtag, goal for 2022.
Nakaka-proud. All right, so hi to Christian Jones Likigan from UMS 11 Socrates. Hi to Kimberly. She is watching from Santa Maria National High School, SDO Pampanga. And at the same time, we also got here Christy Taringman from City of Bugos Science and Arts Academy Senior High School. Thank you for being with us today for our early students, I suppose. Hopefully, we
Yeah,
were
we have
able to
also
mention them.
here Chantal Garcia, we have Jesse James Turin, Precious Kamay, okay, from CBSAA, okay, Kyla May Rodrigo. Ayan, so Gia Manansala Reyes, good afternoon po, Tutor Nova and Tutor Alvin, watching
Good
from Santa
afternoon.
Maria National High School, Macabebe, Pampanga. Hello to all our viewers and participants.
Alrighty,
Okay,
so
so last time, okay, Tutor Nova, we
yeah,
had
what
our
happened?
mini version, right?
Yeah, we
So
had our mini me's. It was so cute to watch. I was able to watch a replay because, as you
yes,
have, I think, remembered, our dear oral commencing students, Sir Alvin and I was not able to make it last time because I think there was just a slight conflict of schedule. So we are so glad that Ma'am Irene from DepEd TV was able to
yes,
fill in our
and
schedule that
also
time and our
our
mini
mini
me's as
me's. Okay,
well.
we have mini me Tutor Allen and
Uh, I sincerely forgot her name. That was Tutor Sam, right? Minimi
yeah,
Tutor Sam. She
Tutor
is a Minimi
Sam.
Tutor Nova and Tutor Irene.
So
So
they
we are
talked
just so
about
glad.
grammatical correctness as the last principle of crafting, okay, your speech. So let's also award at this juncture our oral amazing student for week 5.
Yeah, sino kaya yun? Before natin i-reveal, Sir Alvin, try kaya natin mag-scroll sa comment section if nandito ba siya. Let's
Yeah,
see
tingnan
if
nga
nag-comment
natin.
ba si Oral Amazing Student for week 5.
Yeah.
Mm, kita mo
Sige,
ba,
ma'am.
Sir Alvin? Hindi ko pa ata nakikita.
Parang
But reveal
hindi
na
ko.
natin.
Yeah, sige, reveal na
Okay.
natin. And for quarter 2, week 5, ayan. Artista. Akala ko
Oh.
rockstar kanina to, ma'am. Kaninang sinend mo sa
Go,
akin.
little rock star.
Yeah. So she is okay. Nyla Sef Garcia from City of Bogos Science and Arts Academy, SDO Bogos City. Okay, so
All right,
palakpakan natin.
congratulations, our Orc Amazing student for quarter 2, week 5. And I guess last time, Sir Alvin, yung quarter 2, week 4 natin na Oral Amazing student, we were not able to give the prize just yet because I think that time medyo nagkabagyo rin, nawala yung signal. So we will be
Mm-mm.
giving away the quarter 2, week 4, and week 5 Oral Amazing student their prizes right after
Yeah.
this session today.
Yeah, that's right. Just send us a PM or a personal message or direct message. Ayan, so
Right.
shout out lang natin si Minimi Alan Mark de Jesus. So he is watching
Hi,
our
Alan.
episode
Tutor
right now.
Alan.
So
Mini.
hello Alan, Tutor Alan for um doing the task last time. So
Yeah, he nailed
very
it.
good job.
We're so proud. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so again, let's have first a recap since bagong taon. Baka nakalimutan na eh. Baka
Tama, Sir
sumama na sa
Alvin, di ba?
2021 ang mga topics natin for
Baka
this
nag-goodbye rin sa 2021.
for quarter 2. So for the week 1, we talked about the types of communicative strategies and we're done with that. Next, Ma'am Nova.
For week number 2, we were able to discuss about understanding speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy.
Yeah. And beginning with 3, we we began discussing the principles of effective speech writing. The first two are audience profile and logical organization. And the
And
other
as
two
for
were
week
discussed.
4,
Yeah.
yeah, week 4, Sir Alvin, was principles of effective speech writing, duration, and word choice.
Yeah. And last time, we talked about the fifth one. Okay. The fifth principle, which is, okay, dapat tama din ang ating grammar. And that's the grammatical
Mm.
correctness. And we're done with the principles of effective speech writing. That's why it is expected na nasa inyo na ang mga draft ng mga
Tama,
speech nyo.
tama. Kaya nga
Okay na.
pinapa-submit na natin yung mga draft nila, Sir Alvin, sa
Yeah. So,
kanya-kanyang schools natin.
kaya
Ayun.
nga. So my students, okay, please submit, okay, the final draft of your speech na dapat ginamitan ng audience profile niyan, logical organization, na consider ang
Mhm.
duration, chinek ang
I
word
think,
choice.
yeah, I
And
think they were
lastly, Ma'am
able
Nova,
to do that and process that, Sir Alvin naman noong, I think, Christmas break. So hopefully they were
yes,
able
tama.
to craft fully their written speech for considering these different types of principles.
Yeah,
Now
and
today, Sir Alvin,
okay, we'll begin to Okay, to study the principles of effective speech delivery na tayo. Okay?
Ooh, exciting topic to talk about. It's articulation and modulation.
Yeah, the first two. So, for this is quarter two, week six of oral communication in context. In today's episode, we will talk about the principles of effective speech delivery with focus on articulation and modulation.
Right, Sir Alvin. And our target is for our student viewers to identify the principles of speech delivery.
Secondly, analyze the importance of articulation and modulation as principles to consider in delivering a speech.
All right, so you now know our targets, our oral amazing students. So buckle up and ready yourself for a new learning experience.
Okay, and let's get the ball rolling. So, as a student, okay, our dear participants and student viewers, you surely have experience being the prayer leader in your class.
Oo,
Or you
naranasan
have
ko to,
been,
Sir Alvin.
tama, tama. Siyempre, di ba, lalo na kung ikaw ang nasa unahan, ikaw na agad ang tatayo to lead the
Oo,
prayer.
automatically.
Yeah, or
Right.
you have been called by a teacher for recitation. Ako, hindi nakakaligtas sa akin.
Mm.
Kahit yung ano ma'am, yung paligaw-ligaw tingin, 'di ba? Yun ang mga
At yung
tatawagin
parang
natin.
patingin-tingin sa ceiling, 'di ba, Sir Alvin? Yung
Yeah,
tila may hinihintay na mahulog from the ceiling. Ayun yung tinatawag
that's right.
natin.
Or you may have even volunteered to read, okay, aloud a paragraph in one of your subjects. So if you will notice, all of those instances or all of these instances require you to deliver your words in front of an audience or in public.
That is right, Sir Alvin. So it goes to show that delivering a speech and speaking in public is something that is not new to our student viewers.
Yes.
Today, we will focus on articulation and modulation as part of components that must be considered in delivering a speech. All right, so we will be exploring the principles of effective speech delivery. Nakapag-move on na tayo sa speech writing. So today,
Writing,
it's
yeah.
speech delivery for 2022.
Yeah, for 2022, sabi nga ni Nova, speech delivery na tayo. Take note, speech delivery. Pag-aaralan na natin how are you going to deliver, okay? To speak out your speech. Yung mga sinulat yung speech. All right?
Right.
So, let's have this study first. Okay, so a number of studies have revealed to Nova and to our student viewers that
Oh, amazing.
75% of the people in the world struggle with, okay, glossophobia or the fear of public speaking. For those people who have
Oh,
glossophobia, speaking in front of an audience can trigger feelings or of discomfort and anxiety.
right. Tama, Sir Alvin, kasi yung nasa picture din, I think, siguro kung medyo yung personality mo is medyo shy, and I think
Mm-mm.
if given the task na mag-deliver ng speech in front of a lot of people, and especially if yung people na yon is baka hindi mo kakilala or something. So parang magkakaroon talaga ng stage fright, kumbaga. Kaya 75% pala ng mga people ay nagsa-struggle talaga sa glossophobia.
Yeah,
And
and
that
there
is
are some.
also very relatable, Sir Alvin, diba? So we all probably perhaps know someone who will pass the mic and will beg off na, Ma'am, please, hindi po muna ako, hindi pa po kasi ako ready. So parang ganun, diba? Kapag may mga students tayo sa recitation classes natin, Sir Alvin, when we call that student, and siguro medyo hindi siya prepared, even sa online classes, diba, Sir Alvin? Although
Mm-mm.
hindi tayo nakikita personally, but I think when we call a student, and then parang sabi ng student, ma'am, I'm not really ready to answer that question or something. Or maybe yung iba is nag-log out or something kasi hindi sila prepared. Or ayaw nilang magsabi ng na parang involved sa class, or they don't want to deliver something, they don't want to say something and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right, Ma'am Nova. The fear of public speaking is very common anywhere in the world and even in a small classroom. And in our students, this fear is really noticeable. And there are a lot of factors bakit na-experience natin ito. Okay, even I think that um the most expert public speaker could somehow experience still fear of public speaking because there are a lot of factors that can affect, okay, the delivery of your speech. Nasabi mo nga kanina, Tutor Nova, maybe
Mm-hmm.
your audience, no? Nakaka-intimidate ang
Right.
audience mo. Or maybe it's nasa you din as a speaker, baka hindi ka naman
Intimidated ka.
naghanda. Oh, yeah.
Oo,
Or
tama.
ikaw din, you did not prepare. That's why um if there's a problem, there's always a solution for this one, right?
Right, Sir Alvin. So, Sir Alvin, now that you have mentioned, and speaking of having the fear of public speaking, let us try to watch a video from one of our oral amazing students, Len. And let's
Love.
find out some manifestations that indicate the fear of public speaking from this song interpretation from our oral amazing student, Rowan.
Okay, let us
Let's watch
watch
this.
and listen.
I hate public speaking. Suddenly I'm someone I don't know. I just hate being looked at. There must be something in my nose. My hair is bad, my fly is open, I'm wearing the wrong clothes. I am hiding in the bathroom, 'cause my stomach's not quite right. When I think of standing up to speak, I'm paralyzed with fright. I hate public speaking. Suddenly I'm someone I don't know. I feel quite catatonic. My voice is monotone. My mind is blank and I forget everything I've ever known. I stutter and I stammer, and to everyone it's plain that I'm the person up in front who used to have a brain. I hate public speaking. Suddenly I'm someone I don't know. I drank 2 pots of coffee 'cause I didn't sleep a wink, and my mind is racing way too fast for me to even think. My hands and knees are shaking, me hysterical? You bet! And I never knew one person could produce this kind of sweat. I hate public speaking. Suddenly I'm someone I don't know. Something takes me over. By terror I'm possessed. I'm helpless in the face of it, though my logic does protest. For this fear of presentations, I'm desperate for a cure. And no one has it half as bad as I do, that's for sure. I hate public speaking. Suddenly I'm someone I don't know.
There you
Yeah.
have it.
So
Wow.
that video of our oral amazing student Relen shows humorous description of the symptoms of fear of public speaking. So out of all the symptoms, I must say that having a monotone voice and having mental blocks are symptoms really that almost everyone has already encountered. Okay, how about our student viewers here? What do you
Right.
think are the other symptoms, okay,
We
of your
want to know.
fear
We
of
want to
public
know.
speaking? Yeah, what
Yeah,
are the
let's see kung
manifestations, okay, of a
uh-uh.
person who has glossophobia?
Yeah, let's try to make this
Mhm.
class as engaging as possible. They can try to
Yeah,
interact with us through our comment section down below.
yeah.
Okay,
Aside
so
from
while
the
waiting,
things mentioned by
yeah,
Relen, okay, how about you, student viewers? What are the various manifestations or symptoms na takot ang isang tao na magsalita o meron siyang glossophobia na tinatawag? Yan.
yeah. Baka hindi na mention or baka gusto nila
Mm-mm.
i-share yung mga experiences nila in life na, ayun, may nag-comment na Sir Alvin. She is Daniela Denise Manalili, and she said, yung mental blocks and stuttering. Tapos,
Mm.
according to Lyle Antoinette Flores, anxiety. They have anxiety as
Mm.
the symptoms. And we've also got here Nyla Seth. She
Oh,
said
Nyla is
stuttering.
here.
Yeah, our week 5 oral amazing student. And
Yes.
also,
Hi, sir.
Sir Alvin, we have Don Kelly.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Pagobo,
Ayun, sabi ni
lack
Don
of
Kelly, lack of
confidence.
confidence. Ayun,
Mm-mm.
wow. A lot of them, uh, some of them also experience, according to Lyle Flores, panic attacks and sweating, according to Lobo Germain.
Mm.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Relatable talaga siya, especially the song. It's like
Mm-mm.
a
Yeah.
humorous way of expressing the symptoms of public speaking.
Yeah. We all aspire to Nova to be confident speakers, right? However, the reality is usually less than perfect. Often our fears take over during the speech delivery.
Right, Tutor Alvin. So remember, speech delivery pertains to the act of presenting a speech before an audience. And in speech delivery, our fears never go away entirely. So remember that, our oral amazing students. So thus, it's about having less fear in order to deliver a good speech. Diba sometimes, Sir Alvin, medyo nakakapag-panic din kapag hindi ka kinakabahan, diba? Parang feel mo
Yes, oh.
confident ka talaga. Tapos, yan na yung part, Sir Alvin, na kinakabahan ako kapag hindi ako kinakabahan. Pero kapag I can feel na those adrenaline rush, parang I can feel na medyo ang exciting talaga deliver ng speech kapag nakaka-feel ako ng
Yeah.
ganun. Siguro, what our oral amazing students should remember, as what we have mentioned earlier, is that hindi talaga mawawala lahat. It will never go away entirely, those fears, but it's up to you. How are you going to transform those fears into your strength? So, ayun,
Yes, that's
hopefully they
right.
were able to experience that.
Yeah, and according to the author of The Art of Public Speaking, who is Stephen Lucas, in 2011, a good delivery means that you are capable of and able to present your message, remember this, in a clear, coherent, and interesting way. Ulitin lang natin, clear, coherent, and interesting way. So he also says that good delivery conveys the speaker's ideas clearly, interestingly, and without distracting the audience.
All right, that's a great sharing from Stephen Lucas. And
Yeah.
most audiences, Sir Alvin, prefer delivery that combines a certain degree of formality with the best attributes of good conversation, such as directness, spontaneity, animation, vocal, and facial expressiveness, and a lively sense of communication.
Yeah, and so in speech delivery, the speaker must put into practice different principles that will surely prepare him in facing the audience and delivering a great speech.
Certainly, Sir Alvin. So we have the different principles of speech delivery, and they can be classified into two: the verbal elements and the physical elements. Now, our oral amazing students, under verbal elements, we have articulation and modulation.
Yeah, under the physical elements of the speech delivery, we have stage presence, facial expression, gestures and movement, and audience rapport.
Right. So for now, we shall focus on the verbal elements, which are the articulation and modulation. Let's study each principle one by one.
Yeah, so dito tayo sa verbal element, the two verbal elements ng speech delivery. First is the articulation. So what is articulation and why is it very important to consider in delivering your speech? So let's have this. So articulation, ayan, picture pa lang, kitang-kita na. Bibig, di ba? So, it refers to the quality of delivery that makes the speech understandable to the audience. This refers to the clear pronunciation or diction and makes speech which is very essential in effectively transmitting the message.
Right, Sir Alvin. Now, articulation is a skill that focuses on the element of clarity, which means to say that what you are saying is clear, of the spoken words and phrases of the speaker. Now, how well and precisely you form vowels and consonants using your lips, tongue, jaw, and palate to form your speech sounds is crucial in getting your message across to your audience.
Yeah, tama yun. Sabihin na natin na okay na ang word choice and grammatical correctness ng speech mo. They are necessary, right? But
Right.
then it is highly important for a speaker to know the correct way of saying a word, whether they are familiar or unfamiliar. Kasi minsan nagkakaproblema is, ang ganda ng mga ginamit mong salita nung nagsusulat ka, tama ang grammar, pero bumagsak bigla, nga bigla nung nag-deliver mo na. Okay?
Right.
They
Siguro,
sometimes they are
mhm.
mispronounced, di ba?
Kasi unfamiliar words needs to be researched as well, Sir Alvin, di ba? Especially, may mga words na iba yung pronunciation kapag adapted siya siguro from French, or may mga iba't ibang pronunciation, something like that. So they should do their research. So to ensure
Yeah.
that your articulation is understood clearly by your audience, observe proper rate or the speed, proper pronunciation, and pauses.
Yes. So, can I ask our student viewers, in terms of articulation, okay, in speaking, particularly because articulation is speaking, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
ano yung mga nagiging I mean is
Problems?
mispronunciation problems
Ah,
ninyo, di
okay.
ba?
Mhm.
Sige nga, di ba? Iba-iba tayo ng provinces, di ba? May speech defects, di ba? So, ano yung mga alam niyo sa sarili niyo na may problema kayo in pronouncing certain words or a
Or
group of
even vowels,
words?
Sir Alvin, di ba?
Yeah,
Or,
tama.
I mean, consonants, siguro letter S. Yung iba sa letter F, yung parang pronunciation nila kasi, but it's just something that is natural, especially if you can't really do that in a certain way. But we should also hear from our student viewers. Siguro may mga exciting sila na stories or mga exciting words na they could share through our comment section. What are those na mga words na feel nila tama but then nagkakaroon sila ng problem in pronouncing it?
Okay.
Okay. I think Hannah
So,
Daniel Sevilla says, often po. Siguro
often.
what she is saying is, often nagkakaroon siya or she is experiencing that. May mga times na mali yung nagiging pronunciation ata or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so tapos Sir Alvin, we also have here, okay, siguro yung word na often yung nire-refer ni Hannah. And
Yeah, the word
according to,
itself.
okay.
Actually, yeah, actually, my
Dalawa
students
kasi.
din. Yeah, pwede naman pareho. Often
Mhm.
and often. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
two
because we
correct.
have the English pronunciation and the British pronunciation. It could be often or often. And then we
Yeah.
also have Alan. Alan says chaos. All right.
Okay.
And also Mark Gabriel, words
Yes.
that, no, wala. Ito, some
Yeah,
words
that
with TH,
PH.
like
Yeah.
thank you.
Naalala ko 'yan sa
Mm,
sa mga sa mga communication students ko. I'm always telling them you have to pronounce TH as it is. It's either soft or hard because sometimes
uh-huh.
napopronounce na lang nila yan as si, ta, di ba? Yung naman,
Yeah, like thank
or
you, something like that.
yeah, thank you or but then try to pronounce, bigyan nyo
Taught.
ng buhay, okay? Na TH yan, panindigan natin na TH. Yeah, they are my
Tama, Sir
students.
Alvin. I also committed that. Especially
Yeah,
kapag I can feel na parang na-intimidate ako sa audience ko. Alam ko yung pronunciation pero hindi ko talaga siya ma-perfect kasi parang nauunahan ako ng kaba or something like that. I think
yeah.
it happens to us most of the time or siguro rare
Mm,
times or something. Pero at least we are aware what is the correct pronunciation. We can do
that's
that
right.
on the next delivery
Yeah,
perhaps.
we'll be talking about pronunciation more later, but then we will still be reading, okay, some of your problems in pronouncing words. So let's begin. Okay, take note of this, the rate or speed first. Okay, so the rate or speed of speech delivery may vary according to the speaker's mood or the thoughts the speaker is conveying.
Right, Sir Alvin. So for example, if a speaker speaks fast, di ba may mga times na kapag pinapa-deliver natin yung ibang students natin, Sir Alvin, especially ng face-to-face, kapag we require them to be in the center, somehow they speak too fast. Maybe because he or she is very much excited or very nervous. On the other hand, a speaker may be slow because he or she is deeply serious about what he or she is saying.
Yeah, that's right. Example, yeah, that's the rate or speed is also affected by your moods or the thoughts. It's like what you mentioned when you're excited, your mood is excited, you tend to speak
Yeah,
in a
speak too
fast
fast.
example.
Mm-hmm.
You're invited as a host of an 18th birthday. Of course, you once you are introducing the what do we call the debutant, you're excited,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? So the
Yeah.
tendency is
Woo.
you're going to speak in the fast. So let us all welcome, okay, our debutant, Ma'am Nova Pelayo
Wow,
from
I feel 18.
wow,
Well,
18,
anyway,
yeah.
Sir Alvin, nagkakilala din ako, Sir Alvin, kasi na it's a natural thing for her to speak fast. It
Mm-mm.
sounds like she is rapping. I have a friend. Hi to my ma'am Christine. She's actually a teacher now, but then she speaks too fast. Minsan. But
Mm-mm.
there's a natural thing to her na medyo na para sa kanya is hindi siya fast, pero kapag on my end na ako yung naririnig or parang ako yung kinakausap niya, me listening to her, I can really feel or say na
Mm-mm.
she's speaking way too fast for a normal rate or for a normal speed, something like that. Ayun.
Yeah, so that's about rate or speed. Let's now have another element of articulation, and that is Nova.
Now, aside from rate or speed, we have here proper pronunciation. Proper pronunciation also is an element of articulation that a speaker must consider.
Yeah, ito na yun. So pronunciation and articulation centers on observing intonation, rhythm, stress of each syllable, and individual sound in delivering a speech.
Right. So the speaker then must make sure that he or she articulates the sounds and words properly for a clearer and more accurate delivery.
Yeah. Actually, as much as we would like to isa-isahin to mga to, but then tinitignan ko yung oras natin. But then, yeah, intonation, rhythm, individual sound, the stress of each syllable. Okay, so speaking naman lahat ang mga yan.
Yeah,
So,
right, Ralphin.
so the last element of articulation is, okay, pauses. Okay, so having appropriate pauses is in the process of delivering a speech will give the listeners time to absorb important points of your speech.
Now, in addition to that, Tutor Alvin, pauses help express the feelings that the speaker wants to project and is a way to build up a climactic order of your speech. So, diba, there are times now we wanted to highlight something. So, in order to do that, we can actually employ pauses para may highlight siya in delivering that word or a sentence, perhaps.
Yeah. If you want to to highlight, to emphasize something, we are pausing, okay? Para ma-absorb, to give time for our audience to absorb yung na-mention. Because kapag tuloy-tuloy ka nagsasalita, baka hindi na ma-process sa utak ni audience ang mga pinagsasabi mo. Sayang lang. That's why,
'Di ba? Right. Parang
yeah,
parang 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 in a sense na please welcome Sir Alvin, 'di ba? Iba
yeah,
yung
hindi na,
impact. Hindi yung parang please welcome Sir Alvin. Parang wow,
na,
ano
na
yun? Parang ang bilis
paano?
nun. Parang
Yeah, tama.
okay, parang wala siyang highlight or something. So, it's
Yeah.
important to also employ pauses. Para din as ikaw na gusto mong magkaroon talaga ng parang boom na effect, I should also try to breathe a little, pause a little, para may boom na energy talaga to
Yeah,
highlight
remember,
something.
okay, our oral amazing students, proper breathing techniques together with the correct production of sounds that make up words contribute to an efficient articulation. Remember, articulation is
Right.
about, okay, pronouncing the words correctly and dadaan yan sa practice. At lahat naman ng mga magagaling na speakers, nagsimula yan talaga. Trial and error, nagsimula sa hindi alam and then through constant practice, natutunan. Like for example, ito nga, Tutor Nova, nung elementary ako, ang basa ko dito, pause eh. Paki-post mo nga yung video, di ba? Ngayon ko lang na ano na, pause. Wow, di ba? English na
Wow.
English, pause, di ba?
Right, Sir Alvin. And they
Yeah.
should also remember that proper breathing is also a good way to claim and to calm and relax yourself when delivering a speech. So they should
Yeah.
practice and know or research how to do proper breathing.
Mm-mm. That's right. So, Ma'am Nova, so when you pause, okay, when you pause, couple it with proper breathing, just like this. Okay, proper breathing. And another thing, um, sanayin nyo na manood, makinig ng mga speakers because through watching, you can imitate their styles, okay, the way they speak, okay, the way they articulate words. It's highly recommended yon. If you want to be a good or a public speaker, you should listen, okay, to our best public speakers.
Right. We should have a model. Now, again, the elements that contribute to a speaker's articulation are the rate or the speed of articulation, proper pronunciation, and pauses. Now, Sir Alvin, let's go to the verbal principle of effective speech delivery. The next verbal principle is modulation.
Modulation. So, modulation is a verbal element of speech delivery that involves speakers' capability to adjust the pitch or highness, okay, or lowness of voice tone, the volume or loudness and softness of the voice, and the quality of the voice.
Wow. Now, voice quality is the key when we speak of modulation. There is a pleasant sounding voice, which is soothing to the ears. On the other hand, there is a sounding voice that isn't pleasant to the ears.
Yeah. So certainly to Nova, something that sounds monotone, okay, yeah, high pitch, right, or too loud is unpleasant to listen to.
Right, Sir Alvin. So I agree so much. Now, if a speaker speaks with a tone that is either too high or what we call high pitched and too low or low pitched, the emotional tone of the speech will be affected. Now, and so the perception of the listeners to your message, it will be affected as well.
Yeah. But then to our student viewers, do you agree? Meron bang there are really people na pinanganak na napakataas ng boses, yung napakatinis ang boses, di ba? Tatanong mo, ba't
Yung
tatas mo ang
parang
boses mo?
cute. Yung parang
Natural niya na
maliit
pala
pero
yun.
matinis.
Oo, matinis. At meron din naman
Y-
yung mga low pitch, di ba? Ang bababa ng
Oo.
boses. Pero yun na
Mhm.
pala yung natural nilang boses, di ba,
Oh,
ma'am?
yeah. I remember, Sir Alvin, since you've mentioned about mababa yung boses, Sir Alvin, kasi uh, the first time I handled online classes here sa students ko right now sa City of Bugosan and Solaris Academy, I encountered an interesting voice and pasok siya sa lowness ng voice niya. I'm not sure if he is here right now, but that student is actually Josh Jabez. I'm not
Mm,
sure. Could you tag him, our oral amazing students, on the comment section? Yeah, I think
yeah.
his voice is very low, so pasok na pasok siya sa lowness of voice. So I
Actually,
think it's
maganda
very
rin ang
natural for
okay,
him.
yung low pitch na tone of voice kasi natural na yung modulation, 'di ba? No need
Mm-hmm,
to
right.
sadyain pa na mababa. Pero
Not
ayun,
adjust too much.
so in that case, this person must really practice modulating his or her voice. Lalo na yung mga natural na mataas ang boses.
Mm-hmm.
It's masakit yun sa tenga. Do you agree with us, to our student viewers?
Ayun, si
Uh,
Josh Davis pahulayan pala. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, right. He caught my attention the first time I had my classes. So ayun, confirm ata lowness yung voice niya. Now, Cheater Alvin, technically the volume of our voice reflects the energy we produce when we speak. So whenever we speak loudly, just like when we are too excited, it means we are more energetic compared to that speaking so softly.
Yeah, so in the case of effective speech delivery, a speaker should not speak too loud or too soft, for any of the two could
Sakit sa
give a
tenga.
different perception to your audience. So ideally, one must speak with a well-modulated voice. Moreover, a well-modulated voice includes appropriate emotional tone depending on what message you want to convey to your audience.
Yeah, parang ganun. The way Sir Alvin
Yeah.
delivered it, that's the perfect modulation.
Yeah.
Now, also, Sir Alvin, the speaker must ensure that his voice can be heard by the last person in the room. Sometimes a microphone is also provided during a large speaking engagement. In the event where a speaker or a microphone is provided, further modulation is required because, diba, sometimes there are amplifiers that will further resonate the speaker's voice.
Yeah, so of course, we don't want our audience's eardrums to be bombarded. Therefore, adjustment is the key. Remember, adjustment is the key. If the speaker speaks in a well modulated voice, the audience will pay attention to every detail he or she will say.
Yeah, also Sir Alvin, as the one who is speaking, we should also be a good listener as well. Kasi,
Yes,
'di ba, kapag nervous ka minsan, hindi mo naririnig yung sarili mo. So the tendency is that you speak too high at nagiging high-pitched yung tone mo. So I think what our student viewers should also try to practice and research more is that they could also try na mag-deliver in front of, maybe in front of their friends first, para trial and error method. And they could also try to find out if while they are delivering something, can they hear themselves? Diba?
yan,
Parang
sabi nga
minsan kasi,
natin, oo,
mm,
adjustment, napakahalaga ng mag-adjust
mhm,
tayo depending sa situation, sa audience natin, yeah, or the context. Like for example, in modulation, yeah, you have your normal voice. Example, ito, gamit ko ngayon is my normal voice because
right.
parang napaka-ano naman, weird kung nagmo-modulate pa ako, nagtuturo na. Okay,
Yeah, right.
hello to our ETUlay students. Like that, parang nasa ano na tayo.
Right, Sir Alvin. I think modulation, medyo nagiging ano siya, we tend to use it for voiceovers, diba? We tend to
Yeah,
modulate a lot if we do voiceovers, but if we do something like this that is very natural, we can
natural,
modulate,
yeah,
but not too
natural.
often because it's a natural speaking voice and we are natural speaking engagement and something. So, ayun.
Yeah, so we should not overuse modulating our voices because sabi nga ni Tudor Nova, depending sa context, okay, case to case
Mm-hmm.
basis 'yan. Kailan tayo
Yeah.
magmo-modulate ng voice.
Nakikipag-usap ka sa friends mo, Sir Alvin, tapos parang ka
Okay nga.
nagvo-voice over. Oh, hi. Hi, Sir Alvin. How are you doing?
Yeah,
'Di ba?
yeah.
Something like
How
that.
about
Parang
you,
nagiging
Tudor
AI
Nova?
voice ka
How
na.
are you?
I'm okay.
Sabi
Well, now, always remember our oral commencing students, speaking in front of public requires modulation depending on the context and the situation that the speaker is in.
Yeah, so
All right.
again, the
So,
verbal principles of effective speech delivery are articulation and modulation. In articulation, remember the speaker must know how to pronounce the words clearly and the other elements of utterance, paying attention to critical sound. Again, tandaan, no? Articulation, we are referring to the gaano kalinaw, the clarity, and the correct pronunciation of words.
right, Sir Alvin. So, while modulation involves the speaker's capability to adjust his or her voice quality and must know how to control the flow and rhythm of his or her speech. Well, just in time, Sir Alvin, because time on the clock it's 4:39. That means to say we're about to say goodbye to our oral amazing students. Should we have the? Do we still have the time to play? Okay, I think not enough time to play this video.
Yeah.
But for the next week, Sir Alvin, for week number 7, I think we can have our siguro activity first, so that we could try to have this video for our oral
Yeah.
amazing students to watch.
Yeah, actually, we prepared activity to test. Okay, you're learning about
Mm-hmm.
the difference of articulation and modulation, but definitely they will be flashed or presented next session next week. Okay, for our week before we begin our week 7
Number
lesson.
7.
So always remember the difference between articulation and modulation. Articulation, again, the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation, the clarity, and the modulation
Right.
is the quality of your
The voice
voice.
quality,
The
your
voice
adjustments
quality.
as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's time for us to do our closing spills now, Sir Alvin. But of course, we would like to say thank you to our oral amazing students who joined us today and the different schools who are always present in our oral communication ETUlay live session every Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. Hello to our student viewers. Nag-enjoy ba sa ating unang session for 2022?
2022. All right. Nag-enjoy naman ata, Sir Alvin. We have been receiving a lot of comments or a lot of interactions through our comment section. So, thank you so much for being oral amazing students as always. Sana'y pagpatuloy natin until 2022 for the whole school year. Ayun. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Sir Alvin, do you still want to say something before we end this ETUlay live session today?
Okay, parang wala na. So, thank you for your participation, or welcome, amazing students. This has been Tutor Alvin.
And I am Tutor Nova. See you next Tuesday for more thrilling adventure.
Always remember to be the best in oral communication in context.
Only here on ETUlay.
See you next time, oral amazing students. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!